at this meeting, there was a man speaking. He was a minister, as you would expect, but he started talking about his past, and in his past he'd been in and out of jail for most of his adult life and teenage years, if I remember rightly. And he came to faith in prison, not just because he felt like it'd be something, I'll do this for a change, but he said he had a very real experience. And then he started talking about God. And I know for some people words like God and Jesus and Bible can make you feel uncomfortable, so bear with me. He started talking about a God that healed him from the inside out, that broke the chains that were killing him. They gave him the strength and the courage to live his life like he'd never lived it before. Now, this wasn't a God that I'd ever heard about. I knew about a God, or Jesus, who came into the world on Christmas Day. That's when we got presents. He died on a cross, and then he rose again, and we got chocolate. The other stories or whatever, it wasn't. But I'd never heard of this God that could actually do something in my life, a living God that was here right now. I'd never known that. And the way he described his life and the things that were holding him down before he came to faith, and I could relate to him in a way that I'd never. You've got to understand that most alcoholics have got the attention span of a fruit machine. So keep my attention on anything for longer than a fiver was pretty difficult. But I couldn't take my eyes off this man and what he had to say. And have you ever been so desperate you don't know what to do? Well, that was me. I was desperate because even though I'd been sober for 8 weeks, I had this massive void in my life, I was messed up beyond measure. You just need to ask my mum and dad. They were on Facebook, by the way, so you have my permission. But in seriousness though, I was lost. Alcohol and drugs were my soulmate. Everything I did revolved around that. Everywhere I went, I drank or got high. I begged to feed a habit. It was a full-time job. Alcohol and drugs were my soulmate and my worst enemy, all rolled into one. But they were always there to comfort me. And now that was gone, I felt very alone. And I was desperate. I'd done some pretty bad things, like it's amazing what you'll do when you're desperate for money. I'm pretty ashamed of some of those things, and I was quite angry and hurt and scared as well, and then it was as if the presence of God fell upon me. I can't describe it to you any better than that because it was indescribable. But I didn't realise it at the time, but all the things that I'd been carrying around, it was like the weight of the world on my shoulders. And I'm telling you, it was lifted from my shoulders. I've never felt so free in my puff. I've never felt so free. And I knew what it was. I knew God had answered the prayer in my heart. And he did exactly what he needed to do to get my attention. And it changed my life in a way, well, I'm just so grateful. But I'm going to play a wee song, which is about that. When I found Jesus, he was holding on to me. I was broken and couldn't stand on my own 2 feet. He said a word and broke my chains, and I was free to breathe again. My life was saved by the love and blood of Jesus. When I found Jesus, he was standing over me. I was down and out and living on the streets, and there were times I could have died, but the Lord was by my side. I didn't know it then, but I've been saved by the blood of Jesus. He took the weight off my shoulders. He came and gave me rest. He gave me peace from my troubles. Oh Lord, I have been blessed. When I found Jesus, he was walking next to me. On the lonely path of my mind-made destiny. He must have looked into my eyes, saw the tears and heard my cries. For where I stood, I was saved by the blood of Jesus. The empty promises of the world had forsaken me. It left me in the wilderness, and it was Jesus who rescued me. He called my name, and I would never be the same. Just one touch from the King of Kings changed everything. When I found Jesus, he was heavy on my heart. I was lost for words and didn't know where to start. All I know is I believe, but more than that I did receive. For my sins were paid by the love and blood of Jesus. By the blood of Jesus. He took the weight off my shoulders. He came and gave me rest. He gave me peace from my troubles.